Country people them, I throw salute. As an asabi and the one undaunted pigeon news, place where Tori no the eye, and that's also. Shake no day. And me Tori pikin su, aka talk am all. I don't come again, make we mash fire. Country people, inside Tori for today, you go see am how we country Sunday. It pass fine how today na Monday, the number 6 day inside this November. Again inside Tori, you go see how 8-year-old pikin he die for sika poison wey dey poison him for chop. Palava for road for inside Ambazonia, especially for Babju, we go see am how e dey how Republic e don spoil, we go there. And yo, you must to green say Ambazonia e overhot for them for Holland. Again, Republic Ekelebe, they don't do their bad work again as well. They don't kill like 50 people them for that side again for Manu. According to UNHCR reports where them give am, it shows say 646,000 Ambazonia refugees them they dey now as we talk sika this war wey don happen for Ambazonia. Banso Baptist Hospital, they take command and for ARF and as for day then the year now. 30 Republic for Sika, Ambazonia, Bakassi, Peninsula, and with people them, they don't wama come out all for inside that side for Bakassi. Country people, now the Tori then this will go the broker and any place where they hear my voice now, na Tori picking there for here, and the report for ABC PG News. You go gather, you go shino for down, you go come because we go broke all the Tori on here so in the proper kind of style at the camp.
Alert, alert, alert. This is Dr. Martin Mungwa, Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today is Saturday, November 4th, 2023. Dear ARF, dear Ambazonians, I come this morning for connect una to the past, for tell una which way La Republic of Cameroon be hatched some time ago and the day now for execution phase. I want you to listen very carefully because this information it be very important and we don't articulate them and we don't inform the international community of some of the exact plans and execution methods where La Republic of Cameroon is carrying out for communities for Ambazonia. This one is the case of Babatu. We remember say when Frundipi died and they insisted the one come bury ye for Babatu for celebrating as a hero. This one and exactly where La Republic do one. They don't turn Frundi house into a torture chamber. Listen very carefully. They don't turn Frundi house into a torture chamber with the collaboration of Frundi family. Now Frundi family, it don't connive with B for torture our own people. I want someone to listen very carefully. Frundi house, the house at least 11 B soldiers. Half of them, 6 or 5. They come out for night, go arrest people, go rape women, go bring to people's houses, steal food, steal animal, goat, dog fowl, bring them back for that house, and then they defeat themselves. This one and the two don't happen for quite a while now. They go for a wing, go torture people, go break into homes, go arrest people, and even when family members they can't ask why their families they be arrested, they too they be arrested, tortured, and at least a couple now they for hospital for Bamenda. Specifically from Mbo, they don't go there, bring to houses, steal goats, steal dog fowl, arrest people that can't torture them for this Frundi house. And now they alternate. Today 5 will go, 6 will stay, or 6 will go, 5 will stay. This one I think they do. And then from time to time they bring new bees and exchange them so that they take turns for torture villagers. In fact, they don't turn their life to hell. Dear Ambazonians, dear ARF, one of the things the way the interim government they don't successfully do them. Now for tell them the plan where La Republic then get them for we. And this one will be a good plan. I don't help with people them for grow a backbone. These communities the way La Republic of Cameroon, it don't bring this criminal squad for torture people, for kill them, for extort money, for rape women, for steal property. It be well documented. And the plan the way we get them for these people that will come for book. They know them very well. They not go free. They not go free. So I just want to let them know, say we did take every fact down for make sure say justice will be done. Thank you and have a great day.
But country people them, G.O. Gilda Lawrence, where them be transferred from Cambe County to Mbengwi. If you go start the owner for lock store them. If they do them so, Sika say, if you want them, move people them, we get store them. The open that store them for we country Sunday. If they do all things, we Ambazonian people them, that speed for country Sunday. Gilda Lawrence, close store them so, talk say me people them. We get the store them, make they pay money first, before they go open and back. If you talk and clear say, then the close the store them so, Sika say, people they need to open them for we country Sunday. But the people them from Bengwi, they deny for 4 for a trap. They also deny for pay the money where we talk to me they pay them before they open the store them.
People them for Ambazonia don't prove them for different LGA and different county them. Say we spirit for Ambazonia no fit ever die. Say we struggle for independence. It must to continue. So we go meet up boya at last. We problem governor don't do all kinds of things. Only for say and say maybe we Monday ghost town with the ever hold say make it stop. As I they don't bring new style for the lock store them for use our lifestyle again for take money and they start and do one on the other side. For Limbe, now country people question why I ask and I say they no be here. Wait till happen for late Ekema Patrick, but that's how they no be here. On I say we public na they over foolish, where they no go see and then they run. Now so for inside this palaver, my country people them always have said today na number 6 day for inside November 2023. Our command Kimbi go broke we 24 highway home front. He pass for that side. Wakaman, me we hear you.
But country people them, G.O. Gilda Lawrence, where them be transferred from Cambe County to Mbengwi, if you go start the owner for lock store them. If they do am so, Sika say, if you want them, move people them, we get store them. They open that store them for we country Sunday. If they do all thing for Kiwi Ambazonian people them, that's speedy for country Sunday. Gilda Lawrence, close store them so, talk semi people them, we get the store them, make they pay money first, before they go open and back. It talk am clear say, then he close the store them so, Sika say, people they need to open them for we country Sunday. But to people them from Bengwi, they deny for fall for a trap. They also deny for pay the money where we talk to me they pay them before they open the store them. And say people them where they no be put on nothing for onto their own store. Then be deny for open their own store them for other normal day them. That one so be John Mina say if my brother no say, me so I no go say. This one so be put public people them. It's a plenty shock. Sika say no nothing nobody work and no small. Now so they turn great truth say that plan do go work. The last move all thing where they put on top people that store them. People they open back that store them, they start say, our people them so continue for follow we country Sunday, normal. Unknown be worker for that side for Victoria, for see if Republic people them, they did social lock store them as they be do am for Israel last week. Until where they be say and I say, no man for Victoria, no be open the store, they be social lock all place them, as where they be the follow we country Sunday. Colonial people them say, they no pass, say they want put something on store them, say me put them open them again. My country people them, Israel last week so, colonial people them, they work up inside Victoria for we country Sunday, the low rock store them. Then talk say, me the people they already get the store them, pay 25,000 francs before they go open their store them back. Then be like, open all the store them back, but we unknown people them. We know by talk with people them, for this store the way they close them. For Sabi and if they pay the money before they open their store them back, or they no be pay them. But thing we official for inside Victoria and I say, they never still fall for inside this columnar Republic people them, that trap. As well today so, they may also close all their store them. They know hear that thing way colonial people them, they talk up. But country people them, let me say colonial people them, they try all way for spoil your country Sunday.
Yes, Masakimbi, we don't hear wetin you talk and we country people them, then they see am. Country people, for Saturday last week, we broke tori for una say, me all man, he look at himself, say me all man, he stand fine. We broke the tori so for sika all the plenty thing away it dey happen for country and people dem dey lie anyhow. Na so una see am, we say outside e dirty, some people no wan hear. Another poor ngondere, e don kware for that side for Abakpa. Wey this ngondere dey so na small ngondere for only 8 years and the name na Tata Melatia. This ngondere kware so sika chop wey im chop am wey dem poison am my country people. Now 2 of these ngondere classmates come be them, still dey for that side for hospital, for Bamina Regional Hospital, and they dey suffer the struggle for their life as we dey broke una tori now so. Wakaman himself go enter inside the palava and he go open with the tori the proper way, how it happen with country people dem hear am. Wakaman.
My country people them, some bad to the way don't enter we. Now say some small idea or pikin, don't die. And so if a class come be them, the life inside regional hospital for Abakwa. Head boy for Petina Bilingual Nursery and Primary School for Abakwa talk say this baba thing happen now for class 4 picking them. After way they don't chop some powder thing for a sachet for school. Then we take all picking them for this class go time for hospital for go check them. After we 3 picking them for the class don't try say their belly they hurt them and they be the so after we they don't chop the sachet thing. Head teacher for this school Samba Clement talk say now for around 10 a.m. so for morning time when them be say as way militia skin no be define no small. He be the cry belly. So they carry go time for hospital. And as we doctor them be the work for the picking for see till it happen. Some other 2 picking them for school. Start to cry for the same way when militia be the cry so. So they carry all picking them for the class, the go time for hospital. We say plenty school picking them, their papa and them. They be flock for this hospital for check if they are picking them, they define. After way to they be reach their ear. But plenty this picking them so they no be get no problem. When I reach hospital, I be the fear say I go lost my picking. But the tango say they fix the problem. And it decide chop now. Even as way it is still cry say belly the hot so. Now so some parent for some picking talk come. They never had check thing way be days the sachet with the picking and chop and so. Columbia Regional Delegate for basic education nobody talk one thing for public on this palava. But the school head boy them, they don't talk say they go try out see where they fit try them. For make you rule them. For say me this kind of thing so no happen again. I'm sabi and say, no be na the first time this with this kind of palava so don't come out. Until the kind thing the way school picking them, they chop them for school. You never self stay, where MMI, today I'm as highway, some wicked woman so. He said chop with picking them, where you don't poison them. Say me picking and go to for school, work the other picking them, say me they chop them. Let me say the word of our wicked people that they do kind thing them. So if I say, me all man look out for 2 way they chop them. And if I say me mama and papa then too, me they talk for that picking them. Me then sabi and say, no be all 2 way they see them, we they give a chopper. Mujo the look out too, they do am.
Country people them. We country people them, they ever talk say when rain, when breeze it pass, foul is show, it dey open for outside. For Republic, when rain fall for inside, Ambazonia, them show, it dey also, it dey open too for outside. Sika palava them, you go see am how it dey happen for that side, for Babaju. How Republic don't decide say they not go fix anything for the country, but they don't continue. For say they go must marry we and they go must continue for the take within them. Maybe see how a road palava it happen for that side for Babaju Wakaman again. It go still buck with the Tory for how it dey for home front.
But country people them, Baba Juba men road to na wonders. And anytime we then trace on the road is worse na worse. Na so pota the flop. Self work a pass today, no be bonbon. Oh, colonial chairman will be the Madu Ijo, they start this road for 1979. He sure say except God no one can say the road finish. As we since we pabia, we talk and say one continue will be former colonial chairman, Madu Ijo Bisata. You know the work no small, they work on this road with the go for before. You sure say this Baba Juba Ben road too, where it started since 1979, not only the Common Republic for enter Ambazonia. But you know they go fine. Sika say, till we God don't separate them. No man, no fi join them. No better I know the show until work for the road. Road where they start fix them. We don't stay so take 44 years now. And as how we pabia, we don't climb chair now so for 41 years, they so suffer with people them. People them with motor them. They did really suffer until this road. For enter and for come up amenda, no be small thing. Some man said ask them, for the people them, where they walk on 30 road. Say SK no ma, for man for pull me for Yaoundé. Say one go attend them. Then can hang now on road. Sika said that they fix road. 44 years so, they also do on the same road. The Bamenda Babaju road. Now war for work on 30 road. And the number 6 day for November so, we probably be climb chair. Now big day rat for cry die for inside Ambazonia. Sika said this day so, and some bad wicked man, we climb on third chair, for suffer with people them. Some passenger to talk say, this Bamenda Babaju road so, this spoil program, we man plan them, especially for rainy season, where rain the throw plenty. Sika say if you start say one go do something, you hang now for road, you push motor, and anytime with this road block so, they decide do an emergency walk before the road start pass back. They can't walk so they ever happen that way, passenger they don't sleep for road, Sika say road don't spoil. Some passenger, septe other passenger them say, anytime we want walk onto this road so, it ever prepare for the worst thing them. It talk so, move it back, come off with some motor, start walk at the go Bamenda, I will food them. People that wait, they don't tire this road. You know, for level way, people then they talk say they go teach Pabia how to do it work. They talk say, you go find me Pabia the sensitive people them. But they carry check as how we walk the pass on the road. Sika say they no done so, no better no go come off for here. They want to just say, Colonial Ministry for Public Work, don't feel if we walk. But country people them, not to do that for on road, for Bamena Babanju.
So we sabi and say, Republic, them sabi life fine. Them sabi thief. I say, if you compare Republic people with the Arata, you go know say Arata, it pass and only for day. Now country people them, all time, Republic governor, they come out, can talk say, as how be trouble, you know, they inside country, all place they find and all things they work fine. But we go open a story for how we guidance post daily newspaper, when a Republic, them Tory has, the open Tory for number 2 day for inside October for this very 2023. He say, Enyo, he don't lost like 75 billion for Republic the money inside the southern Cameroon for Ambazonia. When I seek a palava for we struggle. Enyo, it is suffer all this suffer, so they it try and it struggle for lock him up because so lala people then contribute. Enyo the losses, all the losses, suffer all the suffer, so they go talk say the work are fine. And for this palava again, my country people them go check out with the Tory kunya somewhere we go fit swallow and fine. Wakama me we hear you again.
Thank you to the Pekin. My country people them. people them where they use road, where they join food market with the city chemist for Bamenda. No they save no small. Sika say current is shock man anytime. As our way electric pole don't fall for road with the current on top. This electric pole don't fall on for corner some bakery, where the color say Naga Bakery. We for non-ted, we say they want so not team for today. Sika say na big risk for people them where they walk on to this road. Some woman we get store, corner this pole we don't fall so. The talk say they pour on there for 2 days them. Even as when nothing never happen, this pole so na system big danger for people them. What people them for the public life company where they call say in you. Don't leave plenty life problem where they supposed to work for different places them is Ambazonia. Some place they so like in my 90s somewhere, which in my 7-man con, don't stay for months them where they no see light. This one as Sika say transformer where they give life for the village, it don't burn. But in your people them, they don't fix them. Or they don't fix do something for bring new one. Which all this thing where they happen so for on top matter them for light. In your people them, they see strong hate for greed. Say they no fit work. For inside Ambazonia again.
My country people them, una come back fine. Country people, news you don't enter we interview now today, my country people. This one not be better news. We person, you go fit talk am, he dey laugh. Una sabi say Republic, their own na only for bring palava my country people there. They don't cause another palava again for that side. For Mamfe, my country people there. Today na the number 6 day for this month. They don't kill like 50 poor people them for some small village where them they call and say Egbekaw for inside Mamfe, AJ for that side for Manu County. My country people wanna see the video. Now they see my country people na people that they kill and so. Country people na money picking papa them, mommy them, they just enter so them burn them. Country people, which kind of wicked where you public never show my country people they wanna see am. Marry na by force. Una see am country people. Man go sleep so you no go fit. Wake up so feel free for your own country. Where una look am country people. Now so then the suffer we country people una see am. People they are picking them, people they are papa them, mommy they see am, na person they cover am so una look am. Na person they recover am so Sika say wetin As we dey talk now so, they don't bring more than 10 them for AJ for the government hospital for the interview. But before we march fire again for here tori for Sika di Palava, Secretary for State and Communication and IT, well, sabi and fine, Dr. Martin Mungwa, he don already arrange we talk and he give talk for Sika dis Palava way. I go like me we hear am.
Alert. This is Dr. Martin Mungwa, Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today is Saturday, November 4th, 2023. Dear ARF, dear Ambazonians, I come this morning for connect una to the past, for tell una wait your way La Republic of Cameroon be hatcham some time ago and the day now for execution face. I want you to listen very carefully because this information it be very important and we don't articulate them and we don't inform the international community of some of the exact plans and execution methods where La Republic of Cameroon is carrying out for communities and for Ambazonia. This one is the case of Babatu. We remember say when Frundipi died and they insisted the one come bury year for Babatu for celebrating as a hero. This one is exactly where La Republic do. They don't turn Frundi house into a torture chamber. Listen very carefully. They don't turn Frundi house into a torture chamber with the collaboration of Frundi family. family. Now from the family, it don't connive with B for torture our own people. And once I want to listen very carefully, from the house, at least 11 B soldiers, half of them, 6 or 5, they come on for night, go arrest people, go rape women, go bring to people's houses, steal food, steal animal, goat, dog, fowl, bring them back for that house, and then they defeat themselves. This one of the things don't happen for quite a while now. They go for a wing, go torture people, go break into homes, go arrest people, and even when family members, they can't ask why their families will be arrested, they too to be arrested, tortured, and at least a couple now they for hospital for Bamenda. Specifically for Mbo, they don't go there, bring to houses, steal goats, steal dog fowl, arrest people that can't torture them for this from the house. And now they alternate. Today, 5 will go, 6 will stay, or 6 will go, 5 will stay. This one I think they did one. And then from time to time, they bring new bees and exchange them so that they take turns for torture villagers. In fact, they don't turn their life to hell. Dear Ambazonians, dear ARF, one of the things the way the interim government, they don't successfully do it. Now, for tell them the plan where Laro probably then get them for we. And this one of the good plan. I don't help with people them for grow a backbone. These communities the way Laro probably to Cameroon, it don't bring this criminal squad for torture people, for kill them, for extort money, for rape women, for steal property. It be well documented. And the plan the way we get them for these people that will come for book, they know them very well. They know if we go free. They know if we go free. So I just want to let them know, say we did take all every fact down for make sure say justice will be done. Thank you. Have a great day.
My country people, then when I hear I talk that for Dr. Martin Mungwa. Now since today, them we don't send the talk so country people. When I see him say, in governor, he work with God, and he talk this so he send this talk since like say him here. But with the same one in every day for people, then it be like say with the tray water, I go forward it back. Country people then they talk this so you know send am since so when I don't hear them, and now so when I swear to the apple. Na say say una no hear am. Me with tori una small how this palava it be happen for Mamfe. A story the show, these people them where una say and so Republic they can't enter na for inside the people them right for the house for that side for Mamfe and they be enter so before they want enter do this bad thing they be wearing a normal man he close. Video them with the picture them it dey outside for social media. The show for plenty place. Woman them with the picking them. Where them dey for where them suffer for inside this palava, how them sleep, they die, anyhow for inside this palava. Now country people every show for that side for hospital, how we see them for they sleep for down anyhow let dog foul. This one also now just some kind of bad wicked thing away. Republic it ever do am. We do am for that side for Garbu, Kumba, Pinin, with a different place away. We not go fit call am only for this news sute we earn am for all side for Ambazonia. Republic they do all this thing there. And as we sabi our country people them, it happen only so, and only so it continue. It happen with public and no one leave am. Tourists show say these bad people them, they go on a ride for this come be them house, drag them for outside my country people, kill them anyhow for some kind of bad way. My country people then they call this kind of die, say hot die, the one that suffer die. The village people them for Egbekaw and na village people them way they don already dey suffer plenty for inside this struggle. And Tori Inter say for number 4 day for this November moon, them even pay some gun people them for that side of neighbor Nigeria country where they call and say Boki, they can help for protect these people them for that side for Egbekaw. Now some Tori people them, wicked people them for different side where they knock Tori, they don't come out again for cat talk. They are kind of bad talk them for fufu with people them meet they fall for chuki. Say this work on at the same so now we restoration first, then do am. The country people will tell now me when I hear fine, my papa and say no be ARF, you do this work. Now papa when I open a ear fine and when I see am as happen so say government no fit do anything where it go hurt we own country people them. But before we match fire for inside Tori again proper, we go like I go like me when I see some video again. Country people when I look am.
Oh God.
Mamfe. Everybody on the run. Everybody on the run. I don't know. Shooting continue. Shooting continue. I don't know.
This killing dey happen so na only small hour wey columnar minister for special duty wey dem dey call it say Menjit Victor Are Kombi enter inside Mamfe for glad for Republic President Paul Biya di number 41 year for power. Dis story really open we eye dem make we see how wetin dem e dey really pass. And no be new thing wey we sabi am say Mengot na betrayer wey e dey work with the CBDM people dem for Republic wey e dey use to get e dey waka dey claim say e get e own Amba boy dem and we country people dem don see dis palava and we sabi am fine fine. The undaunted Kombi dem for ground open correct tori say Mengot na betrayer wey dey use to send thief people dem or even Republic Ekelebe dem make dem go kill with poor Ambazonia people dem. Country people, we get with strong secretary Master Sylvester Zama wey e go tori again. We dey with you. Master Zama, we glad for see say you dey with we today and we dey thank you plenty for how you take your time for join we for this undaunted PG News for today. So we go trade for inside the palava and we go see am say make you tell we for inside this palava wey Republic dem bring am so. You don see how e happen. These are bad work wey dem dey ever do am. Wetin you get for tell the country people dem wey dem dey look you now? Wetin you get for tell dem so that me dey understand the really thing wey e dey really pass for inside this palava?
Now I don't know if you can hear me, so it go there like say Zama be disconnected from where I see for this side. Zama not be connected. So maybe we will just continue with the news where I will try for connect with it. He go definitely join the English news to make this commentary. But from every indication, it will not get a sound. So it be disconnected. Maybe we continue with the report. I go get in touch with you for continue with the analysis.
Alert. This is Dr. Martin Mungwa, Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today, the interim government, get a message to all Ambazonian parents. Dear Mama, dear Papa, when I hear what happened for Mamfe today, where over 50 people have been killed by so-called unknown gunmen. I want come for tell una, say this gunmen, now picking the way they don't come pick them up, send them for military barracks, train them, give them gun for can't kill people. And even more important, the people where they actually come entice this picking them. Now we so-called elite for Yaoundé. All these big people when they come with big motor, come for tell when I say no, this war don't finish, or no, the government gets something for plan for we. Now then they can't do this recruitment. So when I all know very well, when I get to be very careful with where they can't talk for your picking. We know say this time work wrong. If any man they can't for take your picking, say one go give you work, or one go be on football team so that they will start playing friendly matches. No day when they'll start indoctrinating them. Now this same picking the when they go give them gun when they can kill we. I want me everybody understand this. So if any so-called elite they come from Yaoundé, give small money, give small presents, ask because when they come, may they try play football. They want to teach them some work. When I know say behind the scene like this story they go on. Like if be watcher. If it is still now where your brother became or where your sister became, when I know send they go. Find out yourself. Take 1 hour, go find out. Even they playing a football, go find out whether they playing a football and wait till you bring them together. Anything where they bring small picking them together, when I get for no. Because this time be very dangerous. La Republic don't know say they don't lose the war. They reduce not only with own people for Yaoundé. All that big people when they did for ministry. Where way they don't already sign paper with La Republic. Say they be ready for sale week. When I see
We're
how things
disconnected.
happen,
What
we
happened?
start with more
I bring you for analyze of Virgin News. Disconnected.
now these people when they gather around, call all when senators, call all when parliamentarians, tell them give them money, they go sell with small picking them. And then when they come back for kill, we not get for let them happen. We not get for let this thing happen. This one a message will come out for internal government. So when I get for spread this news, as you hear the news, so send it for your neighbor, send it for your friend, send it for any man where you know it, because this news gets to go around. Now we on a lead for Yaoundé, they don't turn out for kill way because La Republic knows say no other way they when they win this war. So no say we greatest enemy now we so-called elite. People when they be get for go protect we, now then they sell we. And no me in man talk say have a blessed day.
Country people them, una hear na tori that way come up for Masa Mungwa way, una sabi and fine way na with doctor for communication and IT. My country people them, I don't know if now so we go continue for the magic fire. Sika say we country people them, they don't hear and fine. Then if una don't hear and fine, any man hate, na next carry we go continue for tell una mona look out fine. And if you dey hear me now so, after the break, we go come back and we go introduce we Massacre for we. Country people una come back fine. Now so we go hear from Masa Mengot when I was secretary, so that go really knock with the tori for sika this palava. If you dey hear me now, Masa man, I beg, open with tori people, we contribute them. This palava me dey hear am fine. The way you think say it's supposed to happen for this wicked thing away. Republic government they ever do am for we contribute them. Especially this one way it just happened today for that side for Manu for Mamfe.
I salute my country people. I mean, Sylvester Zama, Secretary for Special Operations. The thing where it don't happen for Mamfe, and the thing where it don't touch my heart. Me say, I don't cry for here. Sika say, for kill picking them and woman them for war, na bad thing. Now the thing and that way people that they go for prison for war crimes. But the Republican government, people them with the melee them, they don't think say they can't kill with people, then go free. But thing what happen for Mamfe, where they don't kill with the ESA, sometime na 18, sometime na 30, or it be more than that. Now Sika say people them for militant and for CPDM with the mayor and all that, they want to celebrate probably in 41 year for bringing misery for people for we country. They want instead for You know, whenever I hear mayor for that place come say, well, he be sorry, say this thing don't happen. He go kind of crying a crocodile tears because now he says he be there for that meeting when they be plan this thing for we own people. It just there like saying that younger people they where they sit down for house see their own picking them then chop them. Now so this mayor them there. We did try for make all man know around the world say these people them they want try for put this thing for we restoration fighter them. We don't get this thing for a long time say no we soldier that work kill people. But we soldier they go there for help the people, the community for recover for this bad thing the way it don't happen for La Republic. We did talk say this one and a call and Konga they don't knock am say kung me all man come out. We go come out, we go rise, we go become stronger from this. But now just for Sabi say, now we own, we look we neighbor. Now only we neighbor, we keep we neighbor, we watch out for each other. Because La Republic soldier them come, they can't sit down for some place for, they can't stop like 1 mile from Akwayade. They change uniform, they change their uniform them, put back, close them where they look like we fight at them. Then someone they ride for motorcycle, someone they walk out for food. They come. They can't kill people for 3 o'clock at night. The one pretending that we people, but we know to sleep. Amba know to sleep. And we ask say, all my way there for outside they may keep the eye open for this enemy the way they. We get enemy within and we get enemy the way they come from Yaoundé, from Bamenda, from Kumba. When I beat them, whether they come, they change like we. So more we watch what we do. I just want time my heart, pray for the people there for Manu. Say more na tie heart, the enemy don't find palava, and all soldier get to stand up. That song will be the sing will be the primary school. They say, soldiers of Christ, arise and put your armor on. Now that time now reach. All man get to put their own armor on for fight this enemy.
Thank you, plenty. Master Sylvester Zama. Sorry say I mix your name. The episode we contribute them, they don't really hear what you talk fine. I will sabi and say they don't hear this talk and you don't enter fine because you don't talk plenty talk and you don't talk for the correct way we contribute them go fit swallow and fine. Sika say any man he heard that they ever talk I say na neck carry and me we look out with skin fine. Me man, you know depend for Republic because all them if people them, if person come out say the work with Republic and you want help any Ambazonia man, may you run one time you enter Sosongo because say that thing where that person he tell you na only for fufu. Country people them. Tori you don't enter as we did knock Tori now say we big president for IG, Dr. Samuel Sako, go there for here and he go broke with Tori for the proper way for how this palaver way happen today so for Mamfe. He go open with Tori so that maybe say self we hear am for him up and when we understand him, how we supposed to understand him. My country people then we go leave that Tori so and we march fire for inside Tori. Ambazonia fight for independence dey start since 2016 and it don spoil plenty things for inside country. House dem wey country people dem build am, probably Ekelebe dem don burn am. They go burn care if person dey there like how it happen for Mami Christy for that side of Ogbeya. Burn me this woman inside house, they burn am go right for ground. Country people dem even property dem, they spoil am. They even kill some we come be them for that side. So and then they catch and go, my country people, only because of this struggle. We people that don't suffer plenty. We fight, it don't reach for the one way. People the way they suppose get sorry for we, when they ever come out for help with refugee them, when they call them for big books say humanitarian actors, they don't fit tell we again. Sika have plenty fear, it dey now for them heart. For the kind of way where Republic Ekelebe don't start for the thief them too. All this thing the Republic Ekelebe dey do now only for suffer with people there for nothing. And this struggle, it don't even make ourselves see the way it be even dey easy for country people them. It don't hard now. Self small plenty where you want buy am country people them. All the price it don't add. Market them, it don't spoil they do buy and sell them. All them they don't lost my country people them. Outside Ambazonia, it go away Republic, you no one live there. We go leave that to this some country people and we go continue for march fire. Country people them, Tori don enter for ABC Undaunted Television and I confirm one where he say big number for plenty people dem wey dey stay for that side for Atabon, for Bakassi, don enter Sosongo. They left their house dem for run for their life. Sika say Republic governor no go leave person make e drink water, e keep come back for down sofri. They no put big machine gun dem for all place for inside country. Sika how wey they wan drive Biafra group, make dem comot, make dem no dey operating dem again for inside that side for Bakassi. The tori show say since number 30 day for inside October moon, when na last moon we just pass so tey number 3 day for inside the November moon, strong chakara e be dey for inside Bakassi, where the chakara be dey na between Biafra separatists dem and Civil Republic governor dem. I say e happen so where the Biafra people dem be the fight with the Republic Ekelebe dem non-stop. And Sika so place no still fine again for we people dem for that side for Gulf of Guinea, make dem rest. E dey happen so tey e dey worry even company dem wey dem dey make oil. And as e dey so, oil company dem too, dem dey suffer for Sika this palava because dem no fit work their work freely. ABC tori people dem dey ever knack tori, and their people wey dey for ground don corner these separatists dem for see how dem go fit bring we tori, come open am for we so that we go open am for una. Country people dem, tori people dem dey tell Pillar say Republic Ekelebe dem, they don start for the attack dem steady for around sharp morning time for number 2 day for inside the November moon for that side for Akpakenya village. Sika say dem want am for drive Biafra group wey dem dey call dem say Dragon Fighter Marine and Black Marine, make dem comot for Ambazonia, Bakassi Peninsula. Dem dey try to fight people dem wey make dem comot for some place wey even the place sef no be their own. And for number 3 day for November, Republic dem special Ekelebe wey dem dey call dem say BIRO don go flop again inside Atabon East High Sea with their big machine gun dem for bring problem for these people dem for neighbor Nigeria country wey dem dey call am say Bakassi. Inside September number 11 day and November number 3 day for 2023, Republic Ekelebe dem don attack Bakassi Peninsula more than 10 times. And as dem dey attack dem so, my country people, e dey backfire too for dem. And like 30 Republic Ekelebe dem too, they don quarrel for Sika this very palava. Na come be dem for Atabon don run for dem life. I say some, they don enter for Sosongo. So when dem decide for run go na for that side for neighbor Nigerian country, they call am say Ikang and Akuboyo. Now backside talk e don comot wey we never confirm am. Say neighbor Nigeria Ekelebe dem dey stop we come dem say dem no try for run enter for dem country. People dem dey comot for that side for Atabon, they dey try for enter for that side for Ikang. Sika say they wan run for dem life. And how we palava for Biafra, it still happen for that side for we Ambazonia country for Bakassi. So as e be now, we country people dem, the day and they talk say confusion, it plenty for that side. How a problem it happen for people them because they don't know side they go. Whether they go back for country or they go continue for march fire for go for that side for neighbor Nigeria country. And how it then also go and place seek them it for outside. Sika say it worry these people them and all kind bad thing it happen for them. So my country people them, we go leave that to this so and we go march fire again. Country people this time, I go leave and so because Tori, you don't jam for here. But we go march fire with my combi the way. They will can open una Tori and for the grammar kind of proper way. Oni Okpala and start smart. They go open una the Tori in the proper kind of style. Una stay fine. I don't go me.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
The humanitarian crisis in southern Cameroons.
The Norwegian Refugee Council has identified the ongoing war between the Cameroons as one of the most neglected crises in the world. Today, we examine the heartbreaking story of the humanitarian crisis faced since 2016 by my people, the people of the southern Cameroons, also known as Ambazonia. At the look of things, you can see the fingerprints of France and Britain on the maneuvers.
To understand the root cause of this conflict, the war, we must go back to the failed decolonization by the United Nations, followed by action and recolonization by the French Republic of Cameroon, an unfortunate reality in modern day history, or should we say an international conspiracy against the people of Southern Cameroon.
The UN General Assembly Resolution 1608, Article 15, explains the historicity and the legality of our quest in very clear terms. However, the proximate or immediate cause of the conflict began in September and October of 2016. The lawyers and teachers in southern Cameroon protested against the government of Cameroon's decision to use civil law instead of common law in Anglophone territory, and the employment of the French-speaking teachers who can hardly speak English, let alone teach other subjects besides French language in Anglo-Saxon schools.
Amnesty International has urged authorities in Cameroon to investigate the deaths of at least 4 people in clashes between security agencies and protesters in the northwestern town of Bamenda. 2 protesters were killed and 10 others were wounded on Friday in Cameroon's northwest region, in the latest bout of violence in the English-speaking region of the mostly francophone country.
Shooting, flogging, some of them raping others.
Instead of addressing the issues raised by the protests, the government responded with arrest and torture, leading to the widespread resistance.
The restoration movement gained momentum, culminating in the establishment of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
On October 1st, 2017, the people of the southern Cameroons declared the restoration of their independence, marking the beginning of the liberation movement.
Since 2017, the people of Southern Cameroons have endured immense suffering. Over 45,000 lives have been lost, and more than 400 villages have been razed to the ground.
Among an estimated 40,000 Anglophone refugees registered on Nigerian soil were walked sometimes for days.
Today, over 1.5 million Southern Cameroonian refugees seek safety and shelter, with the majority finding refuge in neighboring Nigeria. Meanwhile, more than 1 million are internally displaced within their own homeland. Over 1,500 prisoners of conscience, language, jailed due process. Their voices silenced or muted by an oppressive regime.
So it happened now so for petrol station.
More than 500 cases of rape have been reported, with many going unreported. The scars of this horrifying violence run deep within the community.
Thousands of Southern Cameroonian men, women, and children bear the physical and emotional scars of war, enduring permanent injuries and trauma.
Since the onset of the war, thousands of children and youth have been reported missing, further amplifying the anguish faced by families torn apart.
Over 20 massacres have occurred, leaving behind numerous documented and unknown mass graves, casting a dark shadow over the region's future.
The atrocities perpetrated by the Republic of Cameroon in the southern Cameroons must not be forgotten. We must shed light on the untold stories, demanding justice and international recognition.
Thank you for joining us today and listening to the story of a people abandoned by the international community. Our fight for international recognition and self-governance continues. For more information and to support our cause, visit www.ambazoniagenocidellibrary.com.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
Forgotten voices.
The humanitarian crisis in southern Cameroons.
The Norwegian Refugee Council has identified the ongoing war between the Cameroons as one of the most neglected crises in the world. Today, we examine the heartbreaking story of the humanitarian crisis faced
Good evening and welcome to Undaunted, bringing into the news untold stories. I am Star Smart. Let's begin. Well, the determination to send La Republic out of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia can be seen in the respect of the Monday lockdowns. After 6 years, Monday lockdowns are still just as effective as the days of its inception. The Amazonian fight to be free from the shackles of La Republic's assimilation plan is laudable, given the unity with which the Monday lockdowns are being observed. The determination of the people of Southern Cameroon to be completely free and independent from the colonial La République clause is indeed a great reflection of their strength and patriotism. The Monday's lockdown is a strong pointer to the fact that there might be divergence in certain approaches within the peoples of Ambazonia in the fight to oust La République, but the fire to see Ambazonia free is unquenchable. It is another week, and sadly, La Republique's genocidal plan continues. The annihilation agenda of the sovereign peoples of Ambazonia is still in motion by La Republique. What happened this time? We'll get to see in the full briefings of Undaunted tonight, as we hope to have SOS Sylvester Zama make some defense analysis on the issue. But for now, we'll get into the full briefings of Undaunted tonight, just after the prime headlines.
Here are the primary lines for tonight. Now, tonight or today, Ambazonians gave another ghost town a very significant meaning. A very sad report: food poisoning puts school in panic in Egbekaw. Babaju Bamenda Road continues to create nightmares ever since inaugurated in 1979. 646,000 Ambazonians remain internally displaced in southern Cameroon. La République du Cameroon BS deploys warplanes and warships to Ambazonia Bakassi Peninsula. Now, let's get into the full briefings of Undaunted tonight. Well, the people of Ambazonia have proven in different local government areas and counties that they are very much comfortable with the Monday lockdowns. 5 years now and counting since the Monday lockdown was instituted, Ambazonians have never blinked in observing the Monday lockdown and ghost town. Different La Republic du Cameroon colonial administrators have fought hard to see the people of Ambazonia boycott the Monday lockdown to no avail. Today, November 6, 2023, was another highly respected lockdown in Ambazonia. Our focus on today's lockdown is a review of what the Colonial Divisional Officer for Mbengui, Gilda Lawrence, did to fight the Monday ghost towns that failed. And what is currently going on throughout the Victoria, where the colonial administrators are sealing shops and fail to open their doors on Monday? Why are these surrogates to the BS regime investing so much energy in fighting Monday's lockdown? Sincerest apologies for coming too far behind schedules, but we are here with the Undaunted News and we promise to give you a very inciting and informative report. How are you doing, Sarah?
Very well. Great that we're here now. Well, the Colonial Divisional Officer for Mbengui, Gilda Lawrence, when transferred to Mbengui from Nkambe County, embarked on the locking of shops. His principal objective was to compel shop owners to open their shops on Mondays, the ghost town days. This is his strategy to kill the spirit of respecting the Monday ghost towns in Ambazonia. Gilda Lawrence sealed shops and placed a levy for shop owners to pay before their shops are reopened. He made it clear that he will be sealing shops that fail to open their doors every Monday. The people of Mbengui reacted by not complying with his financial demands for the shops to be reopened. Even shop owners whose shops were not sealed decided not to open their doors on the day that other shops were sealed the day after the Monday ghost towns. Well, this one, the DOE in a tight corner, and he had no choice but to unseal the shops, allowing the people to continue respecting the Monday ghost towns. Don't visited the town of Bishop with the colonial Limbe to find out if colonial administrators continued with sealing shops today. As they the observation for today in Victoria is that shops did not open, of course, in respect to usual Monday lockdowns, but also the administrators never showed up to seal shops, close shops today.
Well, last Monday, shops were sealed in Victoria by the colonial administrators who stormed the streets, heavily guarded by terrorists of La République du Cameroon, asked to pay a 25,000 francs penalty to see their shops open. What do you think of that particular action? Is it need to manipulate the people? Well, all the sealed shops by the colonial administrators were later opened, but on this people to get one of the concerned owners to get that if they paid or as eventually paid to get the shop open. Take-home message from the outdoor is that shop owners of Victoria have not succumbed to the pressure from the colonial administrators as they opened their shops today.
Oh, well, moving on, the Tata militia, an 8-year-old, has tragically passed away, while 2 of her classmates are currently receiving intensive care and treatment at the Bamenda Regional Hospital. Now, according to the school authorities, the students of Class 4 at the Patina Bilingual Nursery and Primary School in Bamenda accidentally ingested a powdered substance while on the school premises. The entire class was quickly taken to the hospital after 3 students reported stomach issues following the consumption of the sachet substance. Now, it was at about 10 a.m. when they realized that Militia was in distress. The school rushed her to the hospital, and while doctors were battling to save her, they noticed 2 others showing same symptoms like she did. So they rushed the whole class to the hospital. And this report was something we got from the head teacher of the school, Sama Clement.
Well, panicking parents stormed the hospital to inquire about their children's conditions upon hearing what happened. The situation of the majority of the pupils had been stabilized. Now, a parent said in his narration, and I quote, "When I came to the hospital, I was scared I would lose my daughter. Thank God her situation has been stabilized and she's even eaten, though she still complains of stomach ache," says a parent. Now, the composition of the powdered substance contained in the sachet has not yet been tested. The colonial regional delegate of basic education has not yet made a public statement regarding the unfortunate situation.
Now, school authorities have stated their intentions to implement stricter measures to prevent a recurrence of the unfortunate situation. This, funny enough, is not the first time that concerns have been raised about what children consume in school. Even a report recently from MMI says that the case of a woman who sent poisoned foods through her child to give to others in school, and you wonder for what purpose and what inspired such evil intentions. But here we are again with this very sad report of this child who just lost her life for consuming something so terrible.
Well, moving on, the heavy rains have once again exposed the poor road construction technique along the Bamenda Babaju stretch of road inaugurated by former colonial dictator of La République du Cameroun, Ahidjo Amado, in 1979. It seems as the project had been cursed by the gods and ancestors of Ambazonia, because this has been long overdue. The Bamenda Babaju Road since 1979 has proven beyond every reasonable doubt to be that unholy link diabolically planned to hold together what God doesn't want to put together. God being on the side of the oppressed southern Cameroons, the chains of these annexation has not worked for 44 years. And getting into 41 years, we know that these will definitely come out in full as Ambazonians will get their independence in no short time.
Well, a furious passenger questions the inelastic construction works on this colonial unholy link and says they have appointments in Yaoundé that they cannot honor because they are stuck on the road. And they question out loud, lamenting what type of road construction is the state doing on this road for years. Now, when we say years, we're talking about 44 years. And the stretch has been a nightmare for many road users, and on the 6th of November remained a very sad day and a day of mourning because the Bamenda Babaju stretch, very unpredictable as it is, has altered a lot of people's programs, caused a lot of accidents, especially in the wet season. Another passenger has lamented, saying what this road has done and how they have missed certain appointments. Whenever the road is blocked, some emergency works has to be done to render the road passable again.
Well, another passenger from Douala says this works come most often when road users must have spent a day or a night at the bad spots. She says, whenever I am traveling, I prepare myself for the worst. Now, you can imagine someone preparing for 4 days on a stretch of road. Road users say they are getting fed up with the unending works on the Bamenda Babaju stretch. They say failed colonial La République du Cameroun BS should create a commission to supervise the work within timeliness, since according to the colonial La République du Cameroun's Ministry of Work, it has failed to get the work done ever since.
Oh, well, moving on, the ongoing war in Ambazonia has a plethora of consequences. One of the institutions greatly affected by this war is the La République du Cameroun's electricity supply company, ENEO. In a report by the Guardian Post Daily of October 2nd, 2023, the La République electricity supplier, ENEO, said it has lost 75 billion francs CFA from the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. Now you might wonder, where did Ambazonia get that much money? Did we really have this much? Well, by this report, the management of ENEO specified that this loss covers the period of 2017 to 2022. Annually in Ambazonia. The management of ENEO, like any other La République-run structures in Ambazonia, can operate as before as a result of the ongoing war, and it is still boasting of being able to operate.
But the circumstances on the ground proves that ENEO can no longer operate in Ambazonia as before. Most neighborhoods do not pay electricity bills again, and ENEO workers are nowhere to be found to do the routine repairs. There is a fallen electricity pole with cables on the road beside Nanga Bakery with all the risks associated with it. Yet, NEO workers are not there to redress the situation and clear the risk.
Oh well, the full report has it that road users using the stretch of road from the food market to City Chemist roundabout in the city of Bamenda are at risk of being electrocuted from a fallen electric pole. There is a fallen pole with cables on the floor beside Nanga Bakery that caught the attention of Undaunted, considering the risk of having this cable at the reach of passers-by and electrocuting them. But what does La République care? Certainly nothing, and certainly not for Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia. A lady, the shop owner next to the fallen pole, said that the pole had been there for over 2 days, though no casualty had been reported at the time. But it is a perpetual danger to road users, and that can be fatal.
All right, coming out right after the break.
Oh, well, you're welcome back as we bring you yet another tragic incident that has shaken the entire Amazonian community. Today, November 6, 2023, started with a very sad news of over 50 unarmed and innocent civilians losing their lives in the small village of Egbekaw in Mamfe local government area of Manu County.
As we speak, more than 30 bodies have been brought to the Mamfe local government hospital, according to reports. But before we delve into the details of these preliminary reports, let us listen to the message of the Secretary of State for Communications and IT, Dr. Martin Mungwer, who anticipated such horrific schemes by the French Cameroon's colonial governments. Now let's watch.
Alert, alert, alert. This is Dr. Martin Mungwa, Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today is Saturday, November 4th, 2023. Dear ARF, dear Ambazonians, I come this morning for connect una to the past, for tell una which way La République du Cameroon be hajam some time ago and the day now for execution face. I want you to listen very carefully because this information it be very important and we don't articulate them and we don't inform the international community of some of the exact plans and execution methods where La Republique du Cameroon is carrying out for communities for Ambazonia. This one is the case of Babatu. We remember say when Frundipi died, and they insisted the one come bury ye for Babatu for celebrating as a hero. This one and exactly where La Republique du Douane. They don't turn Friendly House into a torture chamber. Listen very carefully. They don't turn Friendly House into a torture chamber with the collaboration of Frundi family. Now Frundi family, it don't connive with B for torture our own people. And once I want to listen very carefully, Friendly House, the house at least 11 B soldiers, half of them 6 or 5. They come out for night, go arrest people, go rape women, go break the people's houses, steal food, steal animal, goat, dog, fowl, bring them back for that house, and then they defeat themselves. This one and the two don't happen for quite a while now. They go for a wing, go torture people, go break into homes, go arrest people, and even when family members they can't ask why their families will be arrested, they too to be arrested, tortured, and at least a couple now they for hospital for Bamenda. Specifically for Mbo, they don't go there, bring to houses, steal goats, steal dog fowl, arrest people. They can't torture them for this Frundi house. And now they alternate. Today 5 will go, 6 will stay, or 6 will go, 5 will stay. This one I think they did one. And then from time to time they bring new bees and exchange them so that they take turns for torture villagers. In fact, they don't turn their life to hell. Dear Ambazonians, dear ARF, one of the things the way the interim government they run successfully do now for tell them the plan where La Republic then get them for we. And this one of people plan. I don't help with people them for grow a backbone. These communities the way La Republic to Cameroon, it don't bring this criminal squad for torture people, for kill them, for extort money, for rape women, for steal property. It be well documented. And the plan the way we get them for these people that will come for book. They know them very well. They know if we go free. They know if we go free. So I just want to let them know, say we did take every fact down for make sure say justice will be done. Thank you. Have a great day.
Well, you're welcome back. Now, you heard it for yourself. Let us now provide you with some initial details about the incident in Mamfe according to preliminary reports. Today, gunmen disguised as civilians unleashed terror upon Mamfe. Shocking videos and pictures circulating online shows a horrifying scene outside the hospital with women and children amongst the victims. This is sadly reminiscent of the brutal tactics employed by French Cameroon in Ngabo, Pain. As you already know, the bias of Republic of Cameroon proxy media has been spreading distorted news from sent from Yaoundé.
Well, reports suggest that these assailants dragged their victims out of their homes and brutally shot them dead. The village of Egbekaw, already affected by the ongoing conflict between the Cameroons, was the target of this horrendous attack. Some sources claim that on November 4th, 2023, gunmen were hired from neighboring Nigeria's Boki region to protect the residents, but regrettably, one of the Ambazonian Restoration Forces was killed in the process. Certain blogs and media platforms are now attempting to portray the massacre as an act of retaliation by the Ambazonian Restoration Forces. However, this narration defies every single logic, as both the hired gunmen and their employers are well aware of colonial administration manipulative tactics. Before we continue with our analysis, let us take a look at this video.
Well, the bloodshed occurred just as after Colonial Minister of Special Duties at the presidency, Miguel Victor Array Ngongo, arrived in Mamfe to celebrate President Paul Biya's 41st anniversary in power. These details shed light on the true nature of events. It is not news to us that Migo, a CPDM loyalist and traitor to his own people, has his own amber boys, illustrating the ways in which CPDM loyalists operate under the corrupt regime of La République du Cameroon in Ambazonia. Our undaunted news correspondent on the ground reveals that Migo is one of the CPDM elites and traitors who either hire gunmen or send the base to kill innocent Ambazonians. Well, we have some of our analysts here. We will begin with Secretary Sylvester Zama. Please would want to be certain that he can hear us clearly before we proceed with the question for tonight.
Yes, I can hear you.
Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here, SOS Zama. Now, with all of the annoying, sad, terrible pictures emanating from Mamfe tonight, please kindly react to it.
I just want to say the people of Ambazonia are going through terrible times. We've gone through this in Gabo, we've gone through this in Kumba, we've gone through this in Pinyin and in other places around Ambazonia. This is nothing new. La République soldiers understand that they are not going to defeat us except from turning our people against the fight. And this is their way of doing it. It's a pity that the mayor and elites from Manu are setting up the people to a fight that is non-existent. They want to massacre as many people as possible to make it as gruesome as possible so that the citizens of Manu should turn against the revolution and turn against the people who are there to protect them. It's rather pitiful that there's a barracks, and the military barracks not too far from this location where the incidents took place, that no soldier was able to come in to rescue the people they said they are supposed to be protecting. We have understood all this manner that they operate. They are coming to celebrate 41 years of Mr. Biya, who has done literally nothing. He's dragged this nation back. He's dragged Ambazonians back 50, 60 years back. And I don't know what he's celebrating. He's only celebrating himself as a breadwinner for his family. There's nobody in Ambazonia who should be happy, who should raise their voice and say Paul Biya has done something for them. Our hospitals are crumbling, our schools are crumbling, the road infrastructures are crumbling. There's nothing that's been done in 41 years in this man's life. I don't think there's anything to celebrate about. I think it's a time of lamentation.
All right, and this is not. Sorry about
Yeah,
that
Onye, just
technical hitch there.
very briefly, if you permit me, I'd like to chip in there. You see the concerns. Thank you, Sylvester Zama, for joining us in the newsroom this evening. We're following the reports right now. I just want to comment on what you have mentioned with the extraordinary visit of Mengot into Mamfe. The truth about it is Mengot, as a CPDM loyalist, are one of those who have their own amber boys. We're having preliminary reports coming in from the ground suggesting that 2 days or 2 nights ago, members of the Egbekaw community had paid the services of armed men, supposedly paid services of armed men from neighboring La Republique or neighboring Nigeria, that is in Eboki, to come and purportedly protect them from Ambazonian restoration forces. You would ask yourself, gunmen or armed men in Nigeria require millions, several millions to get out. You are working with defense, so you know exactly what I'm saying. Gunmen from neighboring Nigeria a single gunman requires tens of thousands of millions to be displaced from Nigeria into a community. This is a community where I would say nobody within that community during this time of war is a millionaire. So how did they, community, as funny media has reported for Hanson, is an apology that a person like you have traveled abroad, you're in Switzerland, and you can report so foolishly, so terribly. According to the reports, they are claiming that the community has been able to organize themselves to raise millions of francs of CFA they don't even have to pay for armed men in a Boki from Nigeria to come and protect them from the Ambazonian Restoration Forces. This is the narrative they are giving out there. It's an apology that Cameroon News Agency, where for Hansen, it's a young man who grew up in Gomangam in Bamenda, would have to publish this kind of story. It's an apology. But we know that Mengot, the truth is, armed men from Boki, Nigeria, were actually paid and brought into Ambazonia in Egbekaw for a reason we now know why. And this was funded by CPDM loyalists like Mengot. So what is the gimmick? This is an analysis, and we're getting confirmation from the ground. The Mengots in Mamfe, you have the ones, the CPDM loyalists in Fako, all of them have Ambazonian fighters. That is men they have trained, and they are using them to do this. So they would pay these individuals. There is an action from the hirer, and the hiree comes and created an action so that they will give a storyline that justifies their rhetoric that it is the Ambazonian Restoration Forces that would have perpetrated the incident. So Mengots paid assassins from Nigeria would come and supposedly attack a restoration force. Then the Mengot guys will come again to create mayhem, to kill the Ambazonian people, like they did in Kumba, like they did in Garbo, like they did in Pinyin, with one single objective: to tell the international community that Ambazonians are turning against their people. For you who is believing what CRTV and their proxies, biased proxies, like the Cameroon News Agency of For Hansen, I want you to look at it. The Egbekaw community cannot, in fact, they are living below poverty level. Especially now that there is a war, the life in Egbekaw is hard. For the people in Egbekaw to be able to pay a single fighter, from Nigeria, who is not an Ambazonian, to get into Ambazonia to fight, is several millions. So who funded it? If you know who funded those who came in from a Boki, then you will know the master calculation. And this is the critical situation we find ourselves in today. This is an apology. This is disgraceful. I want to appreciate Mimi Mefo to an extent, at least for one of the rare times. Mimi Mefo's report is kind of fair. Mimi Mefo is saying in her report that unknown gunmen. It is right to say unknown gunmen, but Undaunted we know the gunmen. Not everybody putting on a black t-shirt or a black jeans is an Ambazonian fighter. It's a very complex situation, and I don't know if Sylvester Zama, you want to comment on that. This is really an apology. According to their report or their outlets, they are saying that the community paid. So what are they saying? They are saying that the military has failed to protect, the colonial military has failed to protect the people. If the colonial military that supposedly has authority over the land is unable to protect the people, how did this colonial military that will not see Ambazonian fighters freely move allow Nigerians from Boki, who paid them, to come and protect the people of Egbekaw. So according to them, they are saying that the restoration forces have retaliated to kill over 50 Ambazonian fighters or Ambazonian unarmed civilians, because they are retaliating for one Ambazonian that was killed. The story in itself has no meaning. Please, Sylvester, talk to us.
I think we know this is what Mengot and the old Prime Minister, what's his name again, of La Republique has been doing. They did that in Dian when the people were arrested and killed. They've been doing this on a consistent basis. They do have militia. I want you to refrain from saying these guys who came from Nigeria were fighters. No, they're mercenaries. They're mercenaries who are inserted with B soldiers who come into and massacre our people. That's the way they've been operating, to make us look bad. But the fingerprints is all there. We can see them. Ambazonian soldiers do not kill civilians in mass numbers because of one person. We've lost fighters, sometimes from black legs, and we don't go after those black legs families. We discipline the person, and most often we've let them go. In rare cases where ADF, which is another proxy group that's being used by the La Republique soldiers, they've killed people, they've executed people publicly. So I just want to let people, especially our people back home, to understand that the dynamics of this war is not everybody, like you said. Anybody who puts on a black t-shirt and a pair of jeans is an Ambazonian fighter. We have people who have been mingling as Ambazonian fighters. They'll come in the night as dressed like Ambazonian fighters, and during the day they are wearing a military fatigue for the BIR, La Republique soldiers. So it's something that we have to combat. We have to combat by basically having information free, loose, so that when you see something, you say something. There are people who witnessed these people when they came in and they parked their vehicles at a distance, and they know that these people were not from that locality because they came and started changing at 3 o'clock in the night. It's a small community, and people are not usually awake at that time of the night. So it's something that they thought they could go scot-free with it, but the fingerprints are all over. That Mr. Mengot and his hired mercenaries with B officers and troops killed our citizens, and we will make sure they pay for this. We will make sure that this doesn't go down in infamy, because this is not something that we will accept. We understand that people have been massacred and nobody's paying attention, but we will act. This is not something that will be allowed to go on retaliated. Somebody will say, how do you retaliate? But we are going to get these people to face the justice, and it will be justice our way.
This is where I want to ponder. I know, Onye, you guys in the studio have an audio from Dr. Mungwa talking about this, but he has, again, the third audio he's sending out today in this regard, and I'll just play that there from here, and by the time we're done, you play what you play. I want to appreciate every other media house that is reporting the truth on the ground, but we need to analyze this very, very closely. The logic of it, paying mercenaries from Nigeria, if it was so cheap, I am sure that Ambazonia would have partnered with mercenaries in Nigeria to fight Cameroon out of Ambazonia. Only the colonial administration has the ability, or Occipidian bigots like Mengot have the financial capability to fund mercenaries from Nigeria. It is not cheap. I'm giving you quality information. And because of this unfortunate circumstance, the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia will be coming out tomorrow. I want to notify you. But before this time, he is going to be addressing the situation. Dr. Mungwa has sent out again another audio. Let me just play it from here. Listen very closely.
Alert, alert, alert. This is Dr. Martin Mungwa, Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today is Monday, November 6th, 2023. Dear Ambazonians, dear ARF, this one I follow up to that massacre where we report on for Mamfe early yesterday. I want for tell and say some new intelligence it don't reach way. Say this massacre will be repeated in 3 locations, starting with Mamfe. The next will take place for Midland, and the other one will take place for Savannah. Dear ARF, dear Ambazonians, we want to be on the lookout, because some of the CPTM hierarchies them, when they stay for Midland and Savannah, they plan saying they will bring B soldiers, they'll disguise like so-called Amber, and they will go burn villages or areas that when they suspect, say those people then, they support our revolution. Where I believe say na most of Ambazonia. So they'll take random locations them where possibly ARF they move to that time to time, and they'll kill everybody for that area. Now watch out whether na CPT and when did you try for go campaign or for do anything like the last time where they supposedly they celebrate BIA how many years in power, they use them for bring in military people. Dear Amazonians, dear ARF, I want to say me these days them, we wanna be on the watch out. Again, I want to tell you. So all these things them, it be planned with the so-called Anglophone elite for Yaoundé. All those CPT and bulwarks the way they did for Yaoundé. Now then they plan this massacre them with La République du Cameroon. So if you see any of them that they come from one area, wanna be on the watch out because they come for Kiona. This one a message from the interim government. Have a blessed day.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Mungwa, for that. This is just the last audio. He has been busy all day. In fact, the interim government has been busy all day investigating facts. We have facts on the ground. The Ambazonian Restoration Forces on the ground will never, ever do this. They've never done it before to any civilian population. We're aware of the Cho Ayaba group that's beheading people on camera. They will shoot people in Batsbo and accept it. That's clear. And that's something we don't have for Hansen and the others reporting with any honesty. The bad part of it is, as I was researching the story, for Hansen had the audacity to actually insinuate that the tigers in Mamfe did this. The tigers have not taken responsibility. They cannot even do this to the civilians because they know best. But how do I know who has done this? Whoever funded mercenaries from Iboki, from Nigeria, is the mastermind behind this massacre. Thank you very much, Undaunted. I don't know, Comrade Zama, if you have any last thing to say so that Undaunted may move on with their news. Tomorrow we'll be there again for a post-analysis after the president's interview, and I think I'll be having the Sylvester Zama with me again. So tomorrow by 8:30 p.m. Amber time, we'll be having the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia probably addressing the nation in this regard and taking some questions to brief the people and brief the international community of what is happening. Sylvester Zama, do you have anything to say, please?
I just want to say, let the people of Mamfe and Akwaya take heart. Our prayers is going out to them. Our hearts go out to them, and we will stay on our feet to find out exactly who committed these atrocities. And we know Mr. Mengo's fingers are all stained in blood, and we will just keep an eye on that, and you will know when we find out who really funded this, because where the money goes is where these criminals came by, and we are going to follow the money. Thank you.
So much, SOS Zama. Thank you so much for coming. You've been very consistent whenever we need an authority in the area of defense, and that you've done diligently well. Well, also, just like SOS Zama has said, our hearts goes out to the families and friends of the victims, and we also urge the international community to condemn this senseless violence and hold those responsible accountable. We will continue to provide updates on this tragic incident as more information becomes available. Please stay tuned to Undaunted News for the latest developments. Dr. Mungwa has reacted to the sad saga. Now, let's hear another audio from Dr. Mungwa.
Alert, alert, alert. This is Dr. Martin Mungwa, Secretary of State for Communication and IT for the interim government. Today is Monday, November 6th, 2023. Dear Ambazonians, dear ARF, I come for you this morning for remind una of the thing we have talked for una last week about this picking them where La Republic to Cameroon be the picking up for Bamenda, taking them for upstation, train them, bring them back for harass our communities, committing crimes at night and during ghost town days. Recently, you hear about the report where come out from Mamfe say unknown gunmen, they go for some community, they kill over 20 people. I want to make sure so many people understand this. This is the end of La Republic du Cameroon. La Republic du Cameroon, they don't lose this war. And I want come for reminder, say this one at the pattern of communal destruction where you take place between now and the end of the year. One more time, I want tell una, say me everybody, may they be on the alert. La Republic du Cameroon, their backs and be on the wall. Now they will resort to extreme violence within our communities. I want say me all pro Ambazonia activists and any news outlet or any information outlet, mean they keep for repeat this message till the end of this year. La Republic du Cameroon is on its knees. They don't discover, say they don't lose this war, and they use everything possible for destroy our communities. When I don't see what will happen for Mamfe, I believe, say in the next couple of days or even weeks, we'll hear for another part of Ambazonia. We get for be on the alert. They want for put Ambazonia against Ambazonia so that they will go for the international community, talking and infighting within us. They want escape negotiations. La Republic du Cameroon's backs are on the wall. I want everyone to know this. All our pro-Amber news outlets, they get for the sing this every single day for keep reminding people. This one, now the strategy where La Republic du Cameroon don't take them. And I want everybody where it be part for fight against La Republic du Cameroon, may they be aware of this. I also advise all our activists and everybody, when they translate this information into their dialects and send them by audio. So may everybody be aware of this. Please take this information, summarize them, put them for dialect, send them by audio to everybody. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
Oh, well, we just received an update from that State House that President Sako will be having an interview tomorrow, just like Mr. Tapati said, to react to this Mamfe massacre. Look out for details on all of our platforms.
Well, moving on with Undaunted News tonight. Reports reaching Undaunted tonight, according to the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, confirms that nearly 646,000 Southern Cameroonians remains internally displaced in the entire Ambaland as of September 2023. Now, you all know the conflict between the Ambazonian Restoration Forces and the La Republic of Cameroon annexationist government. Insecurity forces, it has persisted. Now, this conflict began in 2016. It has resulted in human rights violation against civilians, the population, the destruction of property, and the disruption of livelihood activities perpetrated by the occupier, La Republic of Cameroon barbaric forces. Fighting has also hindered humanitarian assistance activities with reports of abductions of humanitarian actors and repeated lockdowns. Now, this is not just our report. This is the UN report.
Now, conflict and insecurity continues to disrupt livelihood activities, markets, and trade across Ambazonia and far-north regions of neighboring La Republic du Cameroon, resulting in reduced access to food and income and heightened staple food prices. According to the Famine Early Warning Systems Network, the FuseNet in the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, sporadic clashes between colonial La Republic Genocida government forces and the Amazonian Restoration Forces continue to impede household access to income-earning activities and inflate production and trade costs. The price of maize remained elevated during September, despite the seasonal harvest. Specifically, maize prices increased by an estimated 14% in areas of Ambazonia's northern zone and 35% in other parts of Ambazonia. FuseNet reported this. Now, called from Relief Web, we got most of these statistics and details for this particular report.
All right, meanwhile, in Banto Baptist hospitals, vehicles can now ply the road for medical evacuations and support visits. Now, the announcement was made to BBH staff during their morning devotion on the 3rd of November 2023 by the senior administrator, Mr. J. Richard Nkea. It is worth noting that the vehicles have been on the road for a year now. 2 years ago, Ambazonia Restoration Forces gave an injunction to the hospital asking that it stopped writing Cameroon in its official name on those vehicles.
Well, instead of Cameroon's Baptist Convention Health Services, the hospital has been told to simply write Baptist Health Services as per the ARF's injunction. It is worthy to note that the hospital's former administrator was abducted with some nurses just last year by La Republic terrorist forces for attending and respecting their code of service by treating Amazonian Restoration Forces. They were arrested for this. Now, one of the abducted nurses was a breastfeeding mother at the time whose newborn had to be brought to her in prison to breastfeed, as if this is the first time a child has to go with the mom, has to be incarcerated with the mom.
Well, it should be noted that Bantu Baptist Hospital remains a lifetime provider of crucial medical services to the people of Kombo and nearby villages, and the ability of our cars to transport essential medications, personnel, and equipment is very important, as La Republic to Cameroon running health institutions are nothing to write home about. People needing chemotherapy, that is cancer treatment, HIV medications, and other life-saving treatments can now access the hospital on time, thanks to the dedication of staff and leadership of the institution, which La Republic to Cameroon run institutions lack, obviously.
Well, moving on, about 30 persons, mostly of the French Cameroon forces, have been killed. Reports reaching undaunted ABC Amber TV News have confirmed hundreds of Nigerians residing in Atabong, Bakassi Peninsula, are fleeing their homes as Colonial La Republique is said to have deployed warplanes and warships to sack Biafra separatist groups operating in the area.
Well, the reports disclosed that between October 30th and November 3rd, there has been clashes between the separatist group and La Republic to Cameroon forces. Now, in the peninsula, causing serious security issues in the Gulf of Guinea, and some foreign vessels and oil companies cannot operate freely. Now, Gab Ellison would give us more information about this particular report.
ABC TV news sources close to the separatist groups told Pillar today that the French Cameroon forces carried out aerial bombardment in the early hours of November 2nd in Atbankanya village, aimed at flushing out Biafra rebel groups, the Dragon Fighter Marine and the Black Marine, that have been terrorizing the area for quite some time now, insisting that it, Ambazonia's Bakassi Peninsula, belongs to Biafra. The sources said French Cameroon Elite Military Unit, the Rapid De-Intervention Battalions BIRU, on Friday, November 3rd, have reinforced in Atabong East High Sea with warships to sack the pro-Biafra separatists from Atabong. Already, they have between BIRU and the Biafra separatists. Atabong is the route in the Atlantic Ocean for these enemies, and the pro-Biafra separatists seem to have held the town after the Biafra Nations League, BNL, banned trade and movement of oil vessels in the Bakassi Peninsula a few months ago. Residents of Atabong are said to be fleeing to the Nigerian side of the camp and Akbabuyo following reinforcement of troops and deployment of warships by LRC. However, pillars today gathered that the drag factor marine in Atbong despite the attack by French Cameroon, but might likely experience heavy pushback in few hours to come. Confirmed source said that residents fleeing from Atbong have been blocked by Nigerian troops of Operation Stillwater, as the fleeing Nigerians may have been stopped temporarily from entering Ikang, probably as measures to fish out the Biafra separatists or the supporters. One of the residents of Atbong, who simply gave his name as Efyong in a chat with Pillar Today, said, "I think the Biafra leadership should issue a statement on what is going on now in Bakassi Peninsula. Since morning, we were not allowed to cross to Ikang and Akbakanyan by the Operation Stillwaters. As I am talking to you now, many people are stranded. They are chasing people that fled from Atbong because of the airstrike yesterday, and this morning we woke up and saw French Cameroon warships everywhere. Honestly, we do not know the next plan of the LRC forces." Commenting on this latest development, the leader of the BNL, Prince Will Chimeze Richards, said, "My statement is that the reinforcement by LRC will only worsen the situation. They have to know that our people are not afraid to die." Pillar Day gathered that between September 11th and November 3rd, 2023, not less than 10 attacks have been reported in the peninsula controlled by annexationists LRC, and a many of our own forces have been killed. Recall that in May October, the Brigade Nigerian Army Calabar had launched exercise Stillwaters 3 to Ikang and Kassi across River State, South Nigeria, apparently to checkmate criminal activities. Flagging off the ceremony, the commander, 13th Brigade, Nigerian Army Brigadier General E.I. Okoro, said that the exercise was the army bring down the incidents of kidnapping, sea piracy, and other forms of criminality taking place along the state's maritime. Gab Ellison reporting from Dunted, ABC Amba News.
All right, thank you so much, Gab Ellison, for that wonderful report. Well, we also want to thank SOS Sylvester Zama for making our time to come out tonight on Undaunted. Also, Mr. Tar for always taking all of the responsibility and analysis. Well, on behalf of everyone today on Undaunted team, we thank you for tuning in. Remember, tomorrow the president comes on Undaunted to address them, and they don't want to miss that for anything. Well, on to please enjoy the messages and images.